Hey guys, my name is Wildcard and welcome back to my channel. So Fozzie has just announced the second test team for the New Zealand All Blacks for 2021 up against Fiji at home. And there's a lot of shuffling, there's a lot of changes from last week's dominant performance over Tonga. But my favorite player in the world, he's finally back. He's finally back to where he should be. The greatest player ever, Beauden Barrett, is back in the number 10 black jersey. Okay? First of all, I want to just go back a little bit for a little story here. Okay? Now, in 2014, okay, I actually paid real money, real hard-earned money to go and see the Melbourne Rebels play the Hurricanes, okay? And in fact, I had a date with me too, so I had to pay 2 tickets for this game, okay? Anyway, after the game, the Hurricanes won. Everybody's walking around, taking photos, signing autographs, and the legendary Conrad Smith is literally going around kissing babies and shaking hands, alright? He was literally kissing babies, as you can see in the photo here. So I saw him, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get a photo of Conrad Smith. So I ran up to the sideline, against the barricade, took my phone out, started taking photos of Conrad Smith. And then, this little rascal nobody came into the shot, okay? This guy, right here. This little nobody came into the shot on the side. And I was just like, get out of the way! Who are you? I don't know who you are. Get out of the way. I want to take a photo of Conrad. Stop blocking my shots. Okay? And eventually he found himself in a photo. In one of my photos. Alright? This guy. He found himself in one of my photos. And I was like, God damn it, dude. I just want a photo of Conrad. Get out of my shot. I don't know. Who the hell are you? Come back to me when you're famous. And I was looking through my Instagram the other day. And to my surprise, the guy in the photo is now the best in the world! Beauden Barrett. Beauden Barrett. Had a photo of Beauden Barrett before he was the All Blacks great. Anyway, that's just a little story. Oh, by the way, never bring a date to a rugby game, okay? It's bad. It's bad idea. Never do that. Big mistake. I've learned hard the way. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the team lineup. So the All Blacks has shuffled a lot of the players for this game, and all the way from pretty much the entire team has been shuffled up. And I still think that the All Blacks has more than enough depth to blow the Fijians out of the water, to be really honest. So first up, we have George Bauer from the Crusaders. He's going to get his second test against the Fijians this weekend. Number 2 against the Fijian, Penny Ravali, who's plays for Stade de France. He's a relatively experienced prop for the Fijians, has 33 caps. Number 2 position, we have Cody Taylor, who is probably the best hooker in the world at the moment, in my opinion. He's up against Samuel Matavesi, who has 14 caps, and he plays in England for the Northampton Saints. So it could be a good matchup there in the front row there. And then at number 3, you have Nipo Laulala from the Blues, who played really well for the Blues in the Super Rugby campaign, and he's earned himself a spot here. He has 29 caps for the All Blacks. Oh yeah, Cody Taylor has 56 caps for the All Blacks. He's up against Mesake Doge, and he only has 2 caps, and he plays in France. And then we have, continuing at number 4 spot, we have Patrick Tuipulotu. Hat-trick Tuipulotu. The guy who plays for the Blues, who plays extraordinarily well for the Blues, by the way. He's up against Timo Mayanava-Nua. And both players, let me have a look. Tuipulotu has 37 caps for the All Blacks, whilst Mayanava-Nua has only 1 cap for the Fijians, and he plays in France as well. At the number 5 position, we see the return of Brodie Retallick, the legendary All Black himself. He's back from Japan. He said he's lost a little bit of weight. We shall see how he fare up against the size in Fijian rugby. He has 81 test caps for the All Blacks, and he's up against Leone Nakarawa. And Leone Nakarawa has 62 caps for the Fijian team. And that he's the most experienced player in the Fijian team in the lineup today. So the lineouts will be something to watch out for, to see how will be a little bit of a test for Brodie Retallick to get himself back into the picture. But I still don't see how that could be a huge factor affecting the All Blacks. Overall, the front tight 5, the All Blacks has, I think, have a pretty clear advantage over the Fijians. We'll have to see how the scrum goes. I don't foresee the Fijians fare. Yeah, I don't see Fijians do too well against this extremely strong tight 5 from the All Blacks. Now in the loose forwards, Shannon Fritzell at 6 for the All Blacks. He is got 13 caps for the All Blacks, up against Johnny Dyer for the Fijians, who's only got 2 caps and he plays in France. And we have Ethan Blackadder. He's getting his 2nd test cap today. Yes, he had a debut last week, I believe. He's done pretty well for himself in the Crusaders team, and he's up against Mesulame Kunavula. Mesulame Kunavula has only 1 caps himself also. So 2 relatively new guys at number 7 spot in the open side. So something we can see could potentially be a decider for the game actually. Which of the number 7 is going to be more effective in the breakdown? Who's going to give away the penalties? Could actually be a big factor in this game coming up. This matchup could be a quite big matchup in the game. Number 8, we have Hoskins Sotutu up against Albert Tuisue. Tuisue plays for the London Irish. He has 8 caps for Fiji, whilst Hoskins Sotutu has 5 caps for the All Blacks. So that rounds up the entire 4-pack. The All Blacks overwhelmingly has more experience, and I think, yeah, overall more of a dominant 4-pack over the Fijians. Now let's have a look at the back line. The back line, I think, is where the All Blacks really has a big edge over the Fijians. So at number 9, we have the return of Aaron Smith, the best number 9 in the world. He has been in the All Black team. He has been the rock of the All Black team at number 9 spot for how long has it been? Like over a decade now, pretty much. He's just been absolutely spectacular, and he's still as good as ever. He's a man that doesn't seem to ever get old. And Aaron Smith, he has 97 caps for the All Blacks, and he's earned himself the captain spot at the starting team. He's up against Simone Kuruvoli. He is actually a relatively new player for Fiji. He's only got 1 caps, and he plays domestic rugby for Fiji. So the experience gap here is extraordinary at the number 9 spot. And for Simone to go up against Aaron Smith with good boxing kicks and being able to defend the 9-10 channel effectively, there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. So that's potentially a weakness that the All Blacks might look and exploit, to just get the forwards to fly the number 9-10 channel and see how he handles it. And Aaron Smith as well will definitely test him with short ball running off the rucks and around the scrums and etc. So yeah, a very big gap here between the 2 players. And number 10, my favorite player of all time, ever in the history of rugby, Beauden Barrett, the guy that makes New Zealand commentators have an orgasm in the commentary booths when he scores a try in the Rugby World Cup final. Yeah, he's finally back at 10. I think the last time he played 10, as starting 10, was in 2019 before the World Cup, and I think it was against Tonga, maybe? I think, yeah, but he has been played largely at 15 for the All Blacks. He's really tried to earn himself back in that number 10 spot. And as an Australian, we have nightmares. We had PTSD of Beauden Barrett being amazingly good at number 10. Okay? We have suffered PTSD at the hands of this guy. So if you ask me who's the best number 10 in New Zealand, I will have to say Beauden Barrett, because, yeah, the Wallabies have The Bowden Bear has single-handedly destroyed the Wallabies a few years back, and we are pretty much scarred for life from Bowden. So yeah, I'll be interested to see him play at 10. He's up against Ben Volavola, who is a very experienced player for the Fijians, a pretty good boot, very good boot in fact. He plays in France. He has 37 caps for the Fijian team. At number 11, we have George Bridge for the All Blacks. George Bridge, Crusaders players, developed quite well this year, and he's up against Namani Nadolo. George Bridge has 11 caps, and Nadolo has 28 caps, and he plays for Leicester Tigers in England. At number 12, David Havili, who's finally made himself back into the All Blacks. He has 3 caps. He's had a pretty good run with the Crusaders this year, so he's being rewarded with a bit of the black jersey. He's up against Lavani Botia. Lavani Botia has 19 caps, and he plays in France. At number 13, another kind of like trial for the All Blacks. They really try to pigeonhole Rieko Ioane in the center position, in my opinion. I do feel like Rieko was better as a finisher, but the All Blacks just has so many good finishers nowadays. Yeah, I think Rieko is still probably better at 11 or 14, to be really frank. But Rieko, they have him at outside center, up against Wasea Naya Kalevu, and Naya Kalevu has how much is it? Has 21 caps for the Fijians, and he plays for Stade de France. And whilst Rieko has 35 caps already for the All Blacks. So yeah, they're really trying to put the Rieko at one of the center positions. I don't know why. I honestly not sure why they're trying to pigeonhole him when Anton Leonard-Brown is so good at 13. But yeah, that is what they're trying to do. That's what Fozzie tries to do. We in Sir Fozzie we trust. So anyway, at number 14 we have Sevu Reece, who's absolutely spectacular. Plays extremely well for the Crusaders, up against Ironi Sau for the Fijian team. Sevu Reece has 8 caps for the All Blacks, whilst Ironi has 3 caps for Fiji, and he plays for Edinburgh. At number 15, we have Geordie the Freak Barrett. Geordie Barrett, in my opinion, is probably the best, probably the perfect number 15 for international team. Huge long-range kick, good under the high ball, good support player, really, really good at reading the game in terms of his, being able to read the game really well. And also he has an added 60-meter conversion range. He's spectacularly good. Kind of like Elliot Daly, but yeah, just absolutely spectacular. And this year he has played extraordinarily well for the Hurricanes. There were literally games where he scored every point for the Hurricanes and just completely like carrying all the workload on the field for a team. Like it's just, it's just like baffling to see how good he actually is, Geordie Barrett. And it's really like, I genuinely think that Geordie Barrett should be like the permanent starting number 15. So Bowden at 10, I mean, if the New Zealanders thinks that Mwongo is better, I think there could be a case of Bowden at 12. But I don't know. Like the All Blacks plays like a really old school kind of center combination. So the perfect set. So like I've been thinking about this actually. Just let me go a tiny bit of a tangent. What do like the All Blacks actually look for an inside center position at 12? So typically like in Australia or in other parts of the world, the number 12 position, in fact, everywhere in the world, number 2 position sometimes is seen as a second 5'8". So someone who can also play as a 5'8" position, like basically a second number 10. But in New Zealand, especially in the All Blacks, I have seen Dan Carter, in fact, play at number 12 for the Crusaders when Colin Slater was 10. So like it's definitely not just a New Zealand thing, it's just an All Black thing. The All Blacks are number 12 for Test rugby. They really want someone who can do 2 things. Someone who can break the advantage line and being able to offload, And in defense, someone who can push up and make a dominant tackle. That's basically the highest two criterias that the All Blacks look for the 12 position. And a lot of people were actually, so a lot of people were actually asking, like, why is Sonny Bill Williams consistently being selected for the 12 position for the All Blacks, despite the fact that he's not really like, his union, like overall union skills as a player, like in the breakdown and everything, it's not actually that great. It's just they genuinely have him because he's the best in the world at the two things that I just listed, and the two things that the All Blacks value the most at the 12 position, which is being able to break the line and offload. So Sonny Bill Williams is the best in the world at like running into two defenders, and then still free up the ball with one hand and make an offload. He's world famous for that. And then he's also world famous for putting like massive shots on people. He's been red carded for doing that for the All Blacks in the Lions series. And yet he still gets selected consistently for the All Blacks. In fact, for the 2019 World Cup, he even gets selected for that. Despite only having like 20-something games played over 4 years, he still gets consistently selected for the All Blacks because he's just a dominant tackler. He's being able to get onto your face and really like shut down the attack from getting over the advantage line. So he makes dominant tackles and being able to carry over the gang line every time he gets the ball. So that's the two things the All Blacks always look for at 12. So as good as Beauden Barrett seems to be as a second 5'8", he's not really the most dominant in either things. He's not really a dominant tackler. He's good at tackling. He doesn't really miss tackles, but he's not a dominant. He doesn't like drive people back in a tackle. He's not really a. He's actually pretty good at linking people and offloading, so that is a good thing. But he's just like he's more of a playmaker than someone who's willing to just run hard the defense line and try to do an offload. He's more of like a playmaker in that sense at number 12. So he doesn't really fit the box for the All Blacks, despite the fact that in every part of the world he will make a perfect inside center essentially. So yeah, just something that I thought I'd get it out of my mind. Anyway, let's have a look at the substitutes. Oh yeah, so Jordy Barrett has 24 caps, and Kinney for Fiji has 31 caps, and he plays for Leicester Tigers. Substitutes: Dan Coles, the hooker, one of the best hookers in the world. I can't believe Dan Coles is on the bench. Just that shows you how like good Cody Taylor is. And Dan Coles has 75 caps for the All Blacks. He was absolute legend in the All Blacks. There's really nothing more to say about this guy. Up against Peniami Narisia. He plays in France and he has 0 caps as a debutant. At number 17, we have a debutant for the All Blacks, Ethan de Groot, and he could potentially get a run. At number 17, he's up against Hareti Hetet, and Hareti plays for Bay of Plenty in New Zealand, and he has only 1 cap for the Fijian team. Number 18, Terrell Lomax for the All Blacks, up against Leroy Atalifo. Terrell Lomax has 7 caps for the All Blacks, whilst Leroy has 12 caps for Edinburgh in Scotland. So number 19, Sam Whitelock, the captain from last week, and I think he's overall captain of the All Blacks team this season. Whitelock is absolute titan for the All Blacks team. He's been around since 2011, maybe even earlier than that. He was in the 2011 World Cup. He has 123 caps for the All Blacks. Man, that is a lot. He's getting close to Richie McCaw, just only like 20-something caps away. He's up against Tavita Rutuva, who plays for the Scarlet in Wales. He has 20 caps for Fiji. At number 20, we have Luke Jacobson up against Peseli Yato. Luke Jacobson has 3 caps for the All Blacks. Yato has 20 caps for the Fijian team, and he plays for Clermont in France. At number 21, we have Finlay Christie from the Crusaders, who's earned himself another shot off the bench. He's up against Satariki Tuikuvu. Finlay Christie has only one cap. He got his first cap last week. And we have Tuikuvu has 2 caps for Fiji. And he plays in France. The last 2 players running up the team, Damien McKenzie coming off the bench this week. It'd be interesting to see who he actually replaces this game. Is he going to replace Jordy Barrett at 15? Or is he going to replace Bowden Barrett at 10? So that's something that's quite interesting to see where they want to fit him into the team. And he's just really, really good at both positions. And he's one of the utility players who's just world-class in multiple positions as well. So that's probably the big question this weekend. Where is McKenzie going to come in? He has 28 caps for the All Blacks. And he's up against Enrico Bulirua. And Bulirua, he plays in France. He's a debutant for the Fijian team. And lastly, we have Will Jordan to round up the All Blacks, 23, who's played spectacularly well last week with 5 tries against Tonga. He's only got 3 caps, but his form this year has just been absolutely spectacular. Look forward to watch out. He gets on the field, he's going to do some serious damage. And he's up against teammate Manasa Matalee from the Crusaders. He's potentially debuting for the Fijian team for the first time. Matalee is actually signed to the Western Force, so he'll be coming over to the Australia next year. But yeah, Matalee has done well, decently well for the All Blacks, coming off the bench mostly. And not All Blacks, sorry, for the Crusaders coming off the bench. But yeah, interesting to see him up against his old teammate, Will Jordan. Anyway, guys, let me know how you think this game is going to go. I had a look at the betting odds. They are actually not taking bets for the All Blacks to win because it's considered like 100% guaranteed win. So you can only bet on Fiji to win. And the odds is like extraordinarily high. $81 for a dollar you put down every dollar. So if Fiji wins, you get $81 back. That's actually not as bad as Canada losing to England, 176 points. But still, I thought this would be probably a bit higher than that. But yeah, you cannot bet for New Zealand to win because it's pretty much 100%. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching my video and checking out my old Instagram photos. And I'll see you guys, tomorrow or Sunday or Saturday.